and a bottom half penalty kill unit. Those stats are not going to cut it. The defense needed to improve, and they have. Thankfully, though, the Maple Leafs opted not to re-sign Cody Ceci, and he went to Pittsburgh for $1.25 million. But not re-signing Cody Ceci alone isn't enough to fix up this defensive unit. There was a lot of things that needed to be done, and so far, the Maple Leafs have brought in 2 defensemen. And we're going to start by talking about the bigger signing of the 2 in TJ Brody. In 9 seasons where he's played more than 40 games, he's only posted a plus-minus below 0 3 times in his career. And those were on some pretty bad Calgary teams. Plus-minus is definitely an overlooked stat, especially for defensemen, because it's very telling. If you're on the ice for a lot of goals, you're probably doing something wrong. In 634 games played in the National Hockey League, he's posted 48 goals, 218 assists for a total of 266 points. That leaves Brody just 2 goals away from his 50th career goal, and he'll probably score about 5 to 6 goals in 2021. His highest goal total is 11 back in 2014. Goal scoring is not his forte. He's a stay-at-home kind of defenseman who can generate some opportunities here and there. Now, let's talk about Zach Bogosian, another 30-year-old defenseman, but he's 6'3", 226 pounds, and has a right-handed shot, something that is so valuable in the NHL. You hear it all the time, all over the place. Right-handed shot, it's something that you just don't get as often on defense. Now, I was just talking about plus-minus, and Zach Bogosian's plus-minus hasn't exactly been good over his career. He's had a negative plus-minus 9 times in his 11-year career. But he played on some bad teams, such as the Atlanta Thrashers, who he was drafted by, the Winnipeg Jets when they just became the Winnipeg Jets from the Atlanta Thrashers, the Buffalo Sabres, and this all changed. His fortunes all changed when he was picked up by the Tampa Bay Lightning 8 games prior to the NHL's shutdown this season, and then he participated in his very first career playoff game. He scored 4 assists over 20 games in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and he ultimately hoisted the Stanley Cup above his head. Availability has been a major concern throughout Bogosian's career, though. He's only played more than 70 games twice in his whole career, and those were both back in 2009 and 2010 consecutively. Those were when the Atlanta Thrashers were still a franchise. He hasn't played more than 70 games since then, and the Maple Leafs need him to be available. They're banking on Zach Bogosian to be available because he is the right-handed shot defenseman that they've been looking for a while, and they just brought him in for $1.5 million. Sounds like a bargain deal, but it's kind of a prove-it deal for 1 season, and Zach Bogosian needs to prove it with the Maple Leafs this year. I know the offseason isn't over yet, but the fact that we went out and got 2 defensemen, only 2 defensemen, might be a concern to some people. To me, it's not that concerning, because we still have these 2 former first-round pick defensemen in Timothy Vilgren and Rasmus Sandin, each drafted in 2017 and 2018 respectively, with his 17th overall and 29th overall pick. Rasmus Sandin, we've seen some of him in the NHL. He scored a goal and 7 assists with 8 points last season. Timothy Vilgren, on the other hand, he shoots right, and he had a career year with the Marlies last year. He's only recorded 1 point in 11 NHL games. He's yet to net a goal in the NHL, and I think that this is probably the year Vilgren gets a shot. That's not to say that either one of these 2 are going to be an everyday player. I don't think they will be. But they're someone that we can fall back on. These are two players we can fall back on in case of anybody getting injured. But it kind of brings us right back to where we were last season if either of these two signings that we made in TJ Brody or Zach Bogosian go down with injuries. It's up to these two younger talents to show us what they can do when they're called on. I like both of the signings that the Maple Leafs made for defense. TJ Brody is someone that I've been preaching about getting for a long time now. I've wanted him to be a Maple Leaf for a long time, and I'm excited to see it come to fruition. But I want to know, and you let me know in the comments below, have the Maple Leafs improved enough on the blue line? Is this blue line going to be strong enough? These are all questions that need answers, and we will get them this season. But as for now, all we can do is speculate, and that's what Leafs Nation does best. Thank you for watching this video. Check out some other content on Maple Leafs Media. Be sure to stay tuned for some more content coming your way. I will be live every Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. on Leafs Talk Live. Thank you for watching. See ya whenever.